Binary options trading is by far a very search industry in the actual website. And this video is gonna be a little bit longer than usual. However, I wanna explain you like step-by-step binary options for complete beginners and give you a full tutorial as to what it is. There are going to be some timestamps below in the description of this video where you can jump between subjects and of course go to the one that you think that will help you the most. But I do consider that whether you're a beginner in binary options or you're already have some experience in trading binary options, I do believe that you're gonna find it super interesting to go through the entire tutorial. Hi everyone, this is Christian here on YouTube and welcome to a brand new video for the channel. If you're a binary options, Forex or crypto trader, I do suggest you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button below as we post videos every single day or every single week at least as to daily strategies, certain tips and strategies that can help you actually grow your trading account in any of the subjects that I just mentioned. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into the tutorial. Okay, so binary options, very common topic, right? Binary options itself, it's considered gambling, it's considered betting, and it's considered something illegal by some people. And on the other side of the world, like literally, it is considered a great source of income. It is considered a great opportunity to make money from home. And it's basically an opportunity to actually do something better with your time. Now, don't get me wrong when I actually say that both of them are actually right, because today I'm going to teach you both sides of the coin so that you can actually make an informed decision as to where to go. I'm going to start with what are binary options, because some of you guys probably don't know what binary options are. So binary options, it stands for, it's basically, if you're familiar with Forex a little bit, or if in stock trading or any other type of trading in a larger scale, basically you buy shares and then you sell them at a higher price in order to get some profit, or you sell positions and then you buy them with less value in order to take some profit as well with when it comes to Forex, right? With the binary options, what you do is that you only buy the option to guess where the price is actually going to go, or to predict is actually, well, better said, to predict where the price of an asset is actually going to go. So let me just go ahead and put it this way. If you actually think gold is going to go below in value within the next few minutes, then you actually enter the transaction and say, hey, gold is actually going to drop right now within the next 10 minutes. And if it does, then you actually get some profit out of that specific prediction. But if it goes in the opposite direction, then you lose the money that you invested. Does that make sense? Another example. You are in the Facebook share and you're like, okay, so the price of the Facebook stock is actually going to go up within the next 10 minutes. And if it does, then basically you actually win the trade. And when you win the trade, you get a payout out of that specific transaction. So you can actually just try to predict whether the price is going to go up or down. That's why it's called binary, okay? You only have two options and you have to choose those options. So in just, in a general idea, this is what binary options is all about. Now, are binary options legal? And if you're actually asking yourself this question, it's basically because you probably heard the other side of the coin. Okay, the illegal part, right? Where everybody says that it's a fraud, it's a scam, and so on. So look, in order to answer this question, let me just go ahead and break down what is legal and what is illegal. Okay, illegal is basically using your credit card without your permission in order to buy stuff on Amazon or something like that, right? That's actually credit card fraud. Or it's using your identity, your contact information and so on, and sell it to another company just so that you can actually get, or that company can contact you and sell the products without your permission, right? That's illegal. Now, when we're talking about some risky industry, then probably, yeah. But let me just go ahead and explain the both sides of the actual coin. So it's basically binary options is not illegal per se, but there are some activities that took binary options to be banned in many countries in the world, such as the United States, such as Canada, I think, the European Union, and so on. So basically, binary options was operating as usual as any other industry, such as Forex, crypto trading, or stock trading, and so on, in the entire world. But there were a moment when the activities became so fishy that it was actually banned in most of the countries. Now, it is not banned in the entire world. As a matter of fact, I still trade binary options, and it's not going to be banned in the entire world. The only thing that changed is that there were some regulations that were attached to those specific companies called binary options brokers that we're going to talk about in just a little bit. But just to sum up, are binary options illegal? Absolutely not. And as a matter of fact, it is way more legal than, going to the Vegas and just start gambling with poker and stuff like that. Okay? You have a lot more chances to actually make money with binary options than you have going and playing poker. And then later on this video, I'm going to show you exactly why. Because I'm going to teach you exactly the way I do it, and of course the way other people do it, so that you fully understand both types of opinions that are out there. But just to sum up, if binary options are illegal, the answer is absolutely not. There are going to be some stories that you're gonna learn, that you're gonna see somewhere. Let's say, I don't know, if you actually go ahead and search online for binary options scam, you're gonna find a bunch of articles, people talking about binary options, but the majority are in the United States. As a matter of fact, and later on in this video, I'm gonna talk specifically to US citizens so that you fully understand if you have the option to trade binary options or not. But it is not illegal from the fact that there is no law that is actually being broken if you actually trade binary options. Now, what you need to do is actually find a way in order to be safe, because you're not going to be able to go to any regulation company or corporate, regulation authority in order to complain about binary options, because it is not being regulated in your location. Okay, so there are some regulations that actually go with binary options, such as CISEC, such as that's actually in Cyprus. Then in the United States, it was the SEC. Then the FTC also takes care of binary options in the United States. Then we have some European agencies and so on. And even in Russia, is actually still regulated. So at the end of the day, what you need to do is actually do your own research and be on the safe side. In order for you to be on the safe side, I do recommend you to go and subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I always share with you like what are the risks and how you can avoid certain risks in order to be on the safe side of trading binary options. Now, the story of binary options itself, it's not entirely just one story. I mean, there's a bunch of stories behind it. But just to sum up, and in this video, so that you actually get the idea as to what are binary options and what is the industry that you're trying to get into or that you're part of, let me just go ahead and break it down for you. Binary options was created, they were launched like around 2008 and 7. I mean, I don't really have the exact, which it doesn't make any difference whatsoever, right? But just so you know, it was in 2008, from 2008 to like 2012 that it actually boomed the industry itself. And there were a lot of companies actually that were located in Israel, and then some of the companies that were like in Cyprus and many other places in the world, mostly in Asia and Europe. And then since it started growing as a brand new industry where investors were actually having the opportunity to start making money with very little investment at the beginning, then basically the United States started to be part of it and so on, right? That was around 2012. 2013, 14, and 15, it was very strong. 14, I think it was the last year that was super strong. And unfortunately, there were many companies that actually took advantage of the growth of the industry itself. And what happened was that they started to, doing fraud, right? Credit card fraud, selling people's information, manipulating certain trades, closing their doors. This is something that a lot of brokers used to do back then, is that whenever they started to lose money, because too many customers were making a lot of money, then basically what they did is that they declared bankruptcy and just shut their doors. And therefore, they didn't have to pay the investors, right? So let's say, for instance, that you started with $1,000 as your initial investment, and you turn it into 50, 60 grand, or even $100,000, then companies wouldn't pay you because they declared bankruptcy, and that's it. It's legal actually to do that, and you don't have to pay your customers, right? It's not ethic at all, but that's what a lot of companies were actually doing back then. So there were some really cool brokers that actually ended up doing it, such as Any Option, Top Option. There were some shady brokers, of course, Bank the Binary, and you can actually look for that online, and you see that there was a lot of people that is actually in jail at this specific moment because of those frauds that those people were actually doing, right? So when those events started to take place, there were certain countries that decided to actually lock binary options outside of their jurisdiction, such as the United States, right? When the United States actually banned binary options, it was like I don't even know how to explain it, but it was some sort of hit, to the industry, because you already know the United States handles like 60% of the economy of the world. So it wasn't easy, and companies had to shut down as well. There were some companies that had 90% of customers from the United States, and when this new law came in, then they had to shut their doors, right? Even if they didn't want to. So and then in 2015, 16, basically the industry started to have a new turn, and since the European Union and the United States itself banned binary options, which I'm going to talk, like I said, about later on, because it doesn't mean that you can't really trade binary options in the countries that I'm actually mentioning. I'm going to tell you exactly how is the business going right now in those countries, but this is what happened back then, right? And then in 2016 and 17, which is when I was actually getting stronger in binary options and making my money, basically, there were some companies that started to come, such as IQ Option, such as Pocket Option, such as All-In Trade, that there were serious companies that actually are still here. At the moment that I'm recording this video, they're still active, and they still offer you a really good option to trade binary options, right? So it wasn't easy, but at the end, I think the industry resisted all of those jurisdictions and all of those lockouts that they had in, to the industry, which I don't actually see it fair 100%, but it happened, so we had to deal with it, right? So just to sum up, then after 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and 21, which is where we are today, you can still use binary options. You can still use binary options, and I believe, this is just my personal opinion, of course, that we still have at least one more decade of binary options being strong. It could be more, it could be less. This is just my personal opinion. By looking at what is going on right now in the industry and looking at the options available to trade with, and more importantly, looking at the education that is actually being spread right now in the world, then, this is what I think is going to happen. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start talking business, all right? Because yes, we've been talking about the story, what is binary options, whether it's illegal, that's fine. All the serious stuff are right now one step aside. So let's go ahead and talk about what do you need in order to start binary options. And let's go ahead and make a checklist, right? First thing that you're gonna need is actually internet connection, right? Because at the end of the day, whether you're going to be trading with your phone, with your tablet or your iPad, or anywhere that you're going to be trading at, then you definitely need internet connection, all right? So that's number one. Number two thing, and it's going to be at least a decent one, all right? I do believe that around the world right now, I live in a third world country, and if I have decent internet, I believe 95% of the countries or cities should have at least the internet that I have, which is around 10 or 50 megabytes per second. Right now I have like 100, but it's just because I pay the higher bill. But if you don't have that money to invest that much, then at least 10 megabytes per second, I think it will do the work, okay? Second thing that you need in order to start trading is a device, okay? Now, when I actually talk about a device, I'm talking about whether it's a tablet or an iPad or a computer or your phone, all right? Now, I'm not really comparing right now which one should be the one that you should be using, but I'm just telling you which one you should be using, okay? Super, super important. Third thing that you're actually going to need is basically a lot of education, okay? So whether you have the device, you have the internet, use those devices and the internet in order to start learning. Now, how is it that you can start learning? This is a YouTube channel where I teach you education, unlike some other YouTube channels out there that just show you the life traits and the money that they make and, you know, the rich life or whatever. In this YouTube channel, you're basically going to learn everything that you need in order to become a good binary options day trader, okay? So super important is education. And number 4 thing that you are going to need is actually a binary options broker, okay? Now, I'm going to talk about brokers in just a little bit, but if by any chance you want to go with the ones that I trust the most, updated. Right now, at the moment that I'm recording this video, that might be different than the ones that are right here, so I'm not gonna mention names, but I'm always updating the description of this video so that you can actually see the best brokers for you. So I'm having the link to both of them below in the description of this video so that you can go and check it out, okay? Check what brokers are the ones that are going to be available for you. Now, these are the 4 things that you essentially need in order to start trading binary options. Once you actually have them, you're gonna be good to go. But let me just go ahead and get into a little bit more technical details in regards to these things that I'm telling you, okay? So an iPad, I do believe that if you have an iPad, it would be way better if you actually have a computer. But if you have an iPad, you basically need to have at least one version that allows you to either have the browser, it could be Safari, it could be internet, Google Chrome and so on. And the majority of the brokers actually have their applications over there in the iStore. So if you're going to be trading with an iPad, and yes, right now we're gonna enter into comparisons, an iPad or a tablet or your phone, whether either of them, you're gonna be risking a lot more. Okay, you're going to be risking a lot more. So if you don't have any device and you're just gonna get a new device in order to trade, then get a computer. Get a laptop computer or a desktop computer, whatever you have available for you, but get one of them. Do not get a device. Why? Because in a device, you're not going to be able to actually act as fast as needed. There might be a delay in connection, and more importantly, you're not going to be able to analyze the charts the way it is, okay? And now that we're going to be talking about a computer, then what computer should you get? I know I get this question a lot, and I don't really post videos telling you what type of computer you should be getting if you're going to be trading binary options. But honestly, any basic computer should do the work, because at the end of the day, if you're trading binary options, you basically don't need nothing more besides the actual browser, okay? So in Google Chrome, you can actually open the charts, you can open your broker, and you can place the trades, okay? Now, if you get in any of my applications, which by the way, I have the links to it in the description of this video, signal generator, signals, indications, and so on, then yes, you might need slightly a better computer, at least with a decent RAM memory, because you're gonna need a MetaTrader 4. Okay, so if you are going to be using any of my apps and you still don't have a computer, or you want to check if your computer is actually good enough, make sure to go right now to Google and try to search for the requirements on a computer in order to use MetaTrader 4, and you're gonna be good to go, okay? Now, the computer that I have right here is a Core i5. Let me just go ahead and check the final settings, because I'm not 100% sure of what are the actual features of it, but it's a Core i5, 11th generation. Obviously, this is like a $2,000 or $3,000 computer, right? I'm not saying this is the one you need, but I'm just telling you my specific features, right? 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this is a Windows 10 of 64 bits available. Now, one thing, this is the MacBook X Pro. right? You don't need that, okay? You can just get a simple computer, an i3 or Ryzen 3 computer, which you can get for like about $300 to $500 at the most. And that computer is actually gonna be good enough for the next few years for you to trade binary options. And I guarantee you that if you actually get one of these computers, or just a decent computer that you can trade binary options with without your computer to freeze and stuff like that, then you're gonna recover that money with your trading session. So definitely consider that. Now, are binary options easy? This is like the common question, the final question that a lot of people are like, oh, okay, so I understand how the industry works. I've seen a bunch of videos of girls like making $5,000 in 2 minutes and stuff like that, that you can actually probably already saw. If you just type in binary options, then you probably saw any of those videos, right? Then the question comes along, is it easy to trade binary options? And let me just go ahead and tell you, no, it's not easy, okay? Nevertheless, it is pretty simple. There's a huge difference between being simple and being easy. Let me just go ahead and give you an example. When you start trading with stock trading or with Forex trading, you have to learn a bunch of analysis besides the strategies that you're going to be using, such as spread control, take profit, stop loss, pending orders, limit orders. You need to understand certain movements, fundamental analysis and technical analysis, and then learn strategies, right? So it sounds like a lot of complications just to, to be risky at the end of the day, right? Nevertheless, with binary options, it's completely different. With binary options, you just need to understand the strategy, and pretty much that's it, right? So it's very simple, right? However, it's not easy, right? Because at the end of the day, if you actually use the wrong strategy, or you don't use the strategy correctly, or more importantly, if you don't follow any strategy, because I've seen a lot of people do it, then you're just gonna end up blowing your account and not making any money, right? And then you're gonna see comments, probably I'm going to see comments from you saying, oh, binary options is a scam. Oh, I didn't make any money with this industry. Oh, it should be, you know what I mean? So no, it's not easy, but it is pretty simple. Now, what you need to do in order to make it easier for you, or in order to be on the safe side or in the profitable side, is to actually get education. I'll always tell you this, right? I always tell you this. So I'm actually, at the moment that I'm recording this video, I'm preparing a brand new training that is for complete beginners, actually at binaryoptionsforbeginners.com, and it's a training that is going to teach you all the basics for binary options and teach you from the beginner's level all the way to the experts level. And you're gonna understand exactly how to place trades, how to make money, and more importantly, the strategy that I personally use in order to make money every single day. Okay, but if you want to get a deeper training, a deeper analysis into binary options, Forex, and crypto, then go to blwtradingacademy.com, which is my personal training, and is the training that has made thousands of students to become experts in Forex and binary options trading, all the way to the level that they actually quit their jobs in order to dedicate themselves to work from home and make money with binary options. So the link to both of those trainings are below in the description of this video. If by any chance you're watching this video at the moment that I launch it, then you probably, binaryoptionsforbeginners.com is not ready, but check out within a couple of weeks and you're gonna see that training ready for you.
Okay, so this is the best example or the best confirmation of simple against easy. So right now I'm actually placing one trade, and I'm actually placing a trade on a broker called Quotex, and I'm in profit right now, $180, right? So basically what I just did is that on the right section of the screen, you're gonna realize that it says time 1 minute and investment $100. So once you actually realize that, you're gonna realize below that there is a green button that says up and a red button that says down. The simplicity of trading binary options is basically clicking on the up or down button depending on your prediction and where you think the price is actually going to end up going. So if you think that the price is gonna go up, you just click on the green button and that's pretty much it. And if you think that the price is gonna go down, you click on the red button and that is it. At the moment that the trade expires, if you were right, you make money, just like that. This is a second example of easy versus simple. So in this specific part, I'm trading with pocket option and I am trading using a specific strategy. This is a strategy based on a Kellner channel along with an RSI indicator. I'm not gonna go through all the details in this specific part of the video, but just so that you understand exactly how is the difference between easy and simple. So the mechanic is exactly the same one. You just need to actually click on the green button with the arrow going up or with the red button with the arrow going down. Which one you choose, you're gonna be good to go. Now, what is the coolest part of this specific trade and difference on the other one? That in this one, I am using a strategy. So I'm confirming that the price will go in the direction that I predicted, okay? Now, easy is just clicking on the button. Simple is just clicking on the button. Easy is not trading without a strategy. Hopefully that actually makes sense, but let me go ahead and extend that really quick for you. Now, in this third trade, I'm actually also trading with a different strategy just to make sure that I am indeed on a profitable side. Now, again, easy is just clicking on the buttons and hope that it will go in that direction. Simple is actually just clicking on the buttons. Easy is actually understanding how you can determine where the price is going to end up going. So in order for me to identify where the price is actually going to go, I need to do my own analysis and I need to do my own research, okay? Either fundamental and technical analysis, just to make sure that I know what I'm doing. So in this specific part of the video, you can see that I have 3 positions opened. And the reason why I opened 3 positions is because I know exactly what the movement of the market is going to be. And one of the coolest parts of this specific part of the video that I want to explain to you is that the strategies are not really that hard. But the biggest mistake that a lot of people do is actually to think that they can just go ahead and gamble with those specific strategies and not put any effort whatsoever into the analysis of those specific trades. So since I actually put an effort into these specific trades, you can see that yes, I lost 1 position, but I ended up winning 5 more positions than the ones that I actually end up losing. So I ended up winning a total of 5 positions and I lost a total of 2 positions. Now the results might not be like optimal, but my balance ended up increasing, which is the exact point or the exact thing that we're actually looking at. As a matter of fact, I ended up placing a total of 8 positions into these same setting, and I ended up winning a total of 6 positions and losing 2 positions. So whenever you actually start trading binary options, one thing that you gotta realize is that yes, it is super simple to understand the concept, because at the end of the day, it's just about clicking a button going up or going down. It's not gonna be a huge deal about it. However, there's a huge difference between simple and easy, because easy would actually become, binary options will become easy at the moment that you realize what is the strategy that is actually suitable for you. So as you can see, my balance right now increased to over $1,100. And all of this is thanks to the fact that I knew what I was doing. So it's not easy, but it is pretty simple. Now that you fully understood how to trade binary options, at least the easiest explanation that you can actually find out there, the story and everything, is actually time to start with a little bit more of a deeper process, and more importantly, a very, very important topic, which is what are brokers and how you're supposed to choose them. So whenever you start trading with binary options or with basically any type of day trading, you do need a broker in order to make the transactions that you want to. A broker is basically that intermediate person, company, entity, or whatever you want to call it, and that is actually going to hold your money so that you can actually place transactions. Back in the 80s in Wall Street, when nobody had internet, basically someone had to call you and tell you what was going to be a good entry point so that they could actually place the transaction for you. So nowadays you can do that on your own. It's still with the need of that specific broker, but now brokers are actually designed into websites. So this is one of the brokers that I want to mention in this specific video, but this video could easily be outdated with the time. So I do recommend you to do your own research in order to understand which ones are the best brokers that are out there for you. So this broker right here is actually called Quotex. This is my favorite broker in 2021 by far. And the second broker is actually called Pocket Option. This is, of course, also my second best broker of 2021. You can find links to both of them below in the description of this video. And this is the coolest part of these specific brokers. You can, with both of them, you can actually get a free demo account with up to $10,000. So you can just go ahead and start playing around and placing trades on your own, just trying to get a hang of it, or trying to fully understand exactly what is it that the brokers actually do, or how do they work, and so on and so forth. So it's actually one of the coolest features of these both brokers. The second coolest feature, and we're actually gonna cover this deeper in just a little bit, is the fact that they accept US traders. Now, I'm not 100% sure how that actually works, and I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. So just bear with me and fully try to do your own research, but I've seen a lot of people actually making money and trading using this specific broker, Quotex, and also Pocket Option by even though they are in the United States. So if you want to actually give that a try and you're in the United States, definitely is a good feature. Now, a couple of things that you gotta keep in mind when you're actually trying to choose a broker is three things. Number one, that the trading platform itself is actually fast, okay? When you're trading binary options, entry points and expiration times are super important. So if by any chance, at the moment that you're actually placing a trade, you get a lagging, or the page takes, I don't know, 5-10 seconds to actually start working, then it's not going to be cool, because you're gonna miss some entry points, okay? So what you gotta do is actually choose a broker with a fast platform. By the way, all the features that I'm gonna mention in this part of the video are included with these brokers. That's the reason why I trust them. Number two thing is that you have faster deposits and withdrawals. One of the coolest things that I like about these brokers is that they actually handle Bitcoin payments. And I personally hold Bitcoin and play along with the volatility of Bitcoin. So I know when Bitcoin is actually low, I can make a huge withdrawal, and then within the next couple of weeks, the price of Bitcoin is actually going to jump, and I'm gonna make money even without trading, just with that specific withdrawal. So that's personally one of the best features that I consider at least suitable for me. And the third thing that you gotta make sure that these brokers actually have is good reputation. So if you actually go in online and try to identify what are the reviews on these specific brokers, you're gonna realize that most of them are good reviews. Obviously, there is no perfect company, and you can even find bad reviews in regards to myself. Obviously, all of them are huge lies, but with brokers, you're also gonna find something similar, okay? You're gonna find complaints about withdrawals, even though people don't complete their paperwork. You're gonna find complaints about bad customer service, even though the people who are actually calling those customer service call centers don't really speak that much English. And I can tell you that by my own experience, that I worked in a call center for over 11 years, so I know how that actually is, and so on. So at the end of the day, what you need to understand, what you need to focus on is on the speed of the actual broker, of the trading platform, the actual availability for the payments, and everything else can actually be played around. For instance, the payout on the pairs, that will always continue changing throughout the day. So you just need to choose the best schedule for you in order to get the most payout. So hopefully that actually makes sense. There's one more important and probably awkward topic that we need to talk about, and that is the United States. You see, there's a lot of people in the United States that actually ask these questions in regards to binary options, and they have this question towards whether it's actually legal or not. And binary options, just let me go ahead and give you a brief story of binary options in the United States. So binary options in the United States was actually legal, well, probably not legal, but accepted back in 2014, and I think a little bit of 15. So binary options became super popular in the entire world, and obviously everything that the United States actually do or that they accept or tolerate is tolerated, accepted, and sometimes even admired in many countries around the world, right? Binary options was one of them. Most of the companies in binary options were located in Israel, and they were doing just fine. However, some bad things started to happen in 2014. Well, actually they started before, but people started to realize that in 2014, 15, and 16, which basically was that they were doing some fraud with credit card information and so on. And this was actually made by brokers, okay? There was a broker called Bank the Binary, which is the one that comes always to my mind. And I think the former owner is now in jail in the United States or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But the fact was that the United States decided to ban binary options inside of the United States, which was completely normal. However, they actually made a very smart move by creating this NetX thing, which is a broker similar to binary options, but is a little bit more complicated. In my opinion, is a lot more risky. But there's a lot of people who are actually doing this, who are actually trading with NetX in the United States. I've even seen YouTube videos where or YouTube channels entirely dedicated to NetX and so on. So it's not a secret that NetX actually came to substitute or replace binary options in the United States. Now, can you actually trust NetX? Don't ask me, better ask a lawyer inside of the United States. So what you gotta do is basically when you open your broker account, you need to accept their terms and conditions. And you're gonna have to deal on your own with that specific broker. Not that they're gonna do anything illegal against you, but there is no legal authority that will actually regulate the activities of that broker inside of the United States. That's the reason why when you open an account with any of the brokers that I mentioned before in the previous video, you can trade binary options, but basically you have to do it on your own. Most of the times, or I think 100% of the times, you do need to use a Bitcoin or crypto wallet because money can't really go into an account inside of the United States, into a bank account of the United States. And the brokers won't accept your money if it actually comes from a bank account in the United States. Look, again, I'm not a lawyer or anything, so it's actually better that you get legal advice from people who know a lot better than me. I'm just telling you what I know from my own experience. I'm not in the United States. I just want to say that up front. I'm not in the United States. So I just tell you this in reference to all of the information that other traders have actually told me throughout the years, and have, let me know in my YouTube channel, in the email, in the comments, and many other ways, and what I've been able to actually read throughout the last few years in regards to the United States and binary options. So this actually brings us to the last part of the video, right? How do you start binary options? Step by step. So we're gonna do a small recap right now as to what is it that you need to focus on if you actually want to start binary options. Number one thing that you gotta understand is how to choose a broker. I know this is not the first thing that I actually mentioned in this entire tutorial, but that's exactly what you gotta do first. So make sure that you actually go online and try to do your own research, or if you wanna trade with the brokers that I just recommended, you can also do so. Is actually my duty and obligation to always be reviewing the latest and the most important brokers in my industry, and always let you know which ones are the best ones. If you already chose a broker, the step number 2 is to actually find a profitable binary option strategy. Okay, in this part of the video, I also want to invite you to my binary options for beginners training, which you will be able to find the link in the description of this video. It's binaryoptionsforbeginners.com. And basically there you will understand what are the easiest strategies for you to start making money with binary options in no time at all. Instead of actually going through hundreds of other strategies, you can just find 3-4 strategies in there that will just, any of them will make you money, no matter what, as long as you master it. Okay, so that brings me to step number 3. Start practicing that strategy that you choose over there on a demo account. If you don't practice on a demo account, don't blame me or anybody else, because you're not making money, or you're losing money instead. Okay, because practice actually makes a master a master. So what you got to do is actually practice as much as needed, or as much as you can, or even more than needed in a demo account with that specific strategy until you're a master on it. Then it brings us to step number 4, which is actually depositing the money that you have into your broker account. With any of these brokers that I just mentioned, Pocket Option accepts a $50 deposit and Quotex accepts a $10 deposit. So you can't really tell me that it's impossible to deposit money with binary options. I remember back in 2014-15, the minimum deposit was $100 or $250. So now $10 is actually super affordable, and you can start making money with as long as you stick to the strategy that you practice, and you're patient enough and you're clever enough to play around with the broker. You're gonna end up making tons of money out of that $10 account. So definitely keep that in mind. And then step number 5, and this is a key point if you want to be profitable at day trading, regardless if it's binary, forex, stocks, whatever you want to go with. Join a trading community. I'm not saying pay to join a trading community, but join a trading community. For instance, my personal YouTube channel, this one right here, is 100% free. This is a community, so make sure you subscribe. I have a free Facebook group that you can be part of, where a bunch of traders around the world, all of them discuss everything in regards to binary options. The link is in the description of this video. We also have a Telegram channel that is 100% free, right there in the description of this channel as well. So as you can see, you can follow me on Instagram. So you can see I have a bunch of social media groups, social media stuff that you can be part of and not pay a thing. But if you want to be part of an exclusive trading community, then join my private signals group, where we provide you with signals for binary options, forex, and crypto trading. And we let you know what pairs to trade with, what direction, what time, and you can make money regardless if you didn't master any strategy whatsoever. Okay, so the link is blwsignalsgroup.com in case you want to be part of that exclusive community. So those are the steps if you want to become a binary options day trader, and more importantly, if you want to be a profitable binary options day trader. Hey, so hopefully you enjoyed the content of this video and my cat wasn't distracting enough. And I'm sorry that this video was actually this long, but honestly, it was 100% necessary that you watched the entire video. Now stay tuned for more videos just like this one, and more importantly, make sure that you put in practice everything that we've discussed in this specific video tutorial. And if you want to learn more in regards to day trading in general, including binary options, including forex, including stock trading, even crypto investment and crypto holding, make sure that you are part of this specific YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button below. And more importantly, stay tuned for more and more updates in regards to BLW online trading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.